Good evening, good evening, good evening. Got another video for y'all on this day, Saturday the 13th, Saturday afternoon/evening. I just want to talk about this topic. I noticed, like on my YouTube feed, it doesn't matter what account I sign into, I noticed the rise of these videos of men calling themselves losers. You know, men of all ages, whether they're in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on. But mainly younger men in their 20s and 30s, mainly in their 20s, calling themselves losers. Now, y'all have a right to be transparent. I'm not judging y'all, but y'all have a right to express yourself and be transparent. Like I mentioned in the previous video I uploaded, start using the word transparent. Stop saying you're being vulnerable. And I respect y'all for being transparent. You know, when you come on this platform and express yourself or what you're going through in life and being transparent, you get my respect. 2 thumbs up. No judgment here. But yeah, I noticed that. And it's sad. And it's mainly a lot of men making these videos. And you might have some women does it, but I'm speaking for the men. You know, I'm speaking for the men's issues, you know. And it's men of all ages, races, creeds, you know, faiths, making videos calling themselves losers. It's like as men, we've been conditioned to behave a certain way, and by a certain age, you're supposed to have this accomplished. You're supposed to have a house or car by this age. You're supposed to have a family by this age. We've been conditioned by society. And a lot of men fall into that trap, including myself. As a 41 years old, I could tell y'all, to y'all young 20-something years old, it's sad to see this. This is sad. When I see young men in 20 years old, 21, I'll be like, what you calling yourself a loser for, young man? You in the vigor of your youth. You're not even 30 yet. You're not even 25, and y'all calling yourselves losers. Yeah, you may be still living with your parents. You may not have a car, but what you could do is you could work a job, save up, and buy you a car. Buy you a car, save up. And I know things so expensive, but young men, like, if you want to get a vehicle, don't get you nothing brand new. Or you could if you want, but you're gonna be paying a car. No, what you do is get you like a car. Say like if you want something new or recent, get you like a 2021 or 2020 or 2022 and pay that note off for like 5 years, you know, however your lease is. But if you don't want to go that route, if you don't want to go to the dealership, you know, buy something used, you know, as long as you got transportation. But yeah, this is sad, man. This just shows that a lot of men been demoralized in Western society. Demoralized, man, and it's sad. I mean, a lot of men are beaten. A lot of men making these videos of being defeated. It's sad to see the state of man being defeated, like beating dogs. And it's sad. And you know what's sad? Our society don't care. They laugh at it. You know, women laugh at this. Even other men revel in seeing men miserable. That's how you know we in a dark age of man. This is the dark ages for men. Modern society is the dark ages for man. And the Hindu, like people in the Hindu faith, what they call it, the Kali Yuga. You know, they call it the Kali Yuga. You know, that's their belief. You know, and it makes sense. The Bible, us that subscribe to the Bible, we call it the end times. You know, but as for men, it's the dark age of man. You know, it's like it's the dark ages for the good men that's trying to do the right thing in life because they can't get ahead. They getting pushed with the setbacks. And yeah, it's sad to see this, you know. I'll be like, y'all young men, y'all should not be making these videos. Y'all not even 30. Y'all not even 40. Y'all in y'all 20s and y'all making videos like this. Y'all need man, y'all got the opportunities. We all do as men, but ain't no man in his 20s should be making videos. And I understand there's a lot to like I said, I'm not judging these men that's making these videos. because life, it ain't fair. I understand life ain't fair. Like I said, life is cruel. Life is a cruel entity. Life doesn't give a damn about nobody. And that's the harsh truth. Life doesn't give a damn about nobody, especially us men. You know, and it's just a harsh reality we gotta stomach. We gotta stomach that. But what I want to say. Yeah, it's sad to see this. You know, these guys in their 20s, y'all supposed to be in a bigger. And I think what attribute to this is the so-called event that happened in 2020, because you gotta watch what you see on these YouTube streets. You know, the major event that happened in 2020 and 2021. You know, a lot of people was indoors. You know, a lot of social skills went under the table, went down the hatch because a lot of people was locked down. You know, and I understand, you know, a lot of men feel like they losers because they're not a homeowner, they're not married, they don't have families. And I understand that. You know, I battle with thoughts like that, but you know, I'm not a homeowner. I'm 41 years old to say I'm not a homeowner. I rent. I got an apartment. You know, and I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful that I have a job, you know, that can sustain myself. So I'm grateful to the Most High for that. Real talk. This is real talk. You know, by His grace and mercy. And His Son named Yeshua. Yeah, I know I'll be on the rants. I'll be off the handle ranting and stuff, but I'm grateful for that, you know, because a lot of men, and you got some men out there that had things that I wish I could have in life or desire. But see, like if they had the wife and family, maybe their woman was unfaithful, maybe they got a divorce. Some men are starting over, and it's hard. And I can't even imagine what they going through. The men that got to start over due to circumstances in life. That got to be brutal. But young men, man, you're not losing. Men in general, man, stop calling yourself a loser, because y'all are playing, y'all are letting society manipulate y'all in the mind. And you, just because you see your homeboy or your cousin or your brother or whatever may have that family, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. He might be a cuck. I'm just keeping it 100. You know, you see your coworker, yeah, he got an attractive wife, she a baddie, you know, or like the white guy say, oh dude, she's hot. He got a hot wife. That don't mean nothing. She probably making a cuck out of that son of a gun. You know, Susie probably making a cuck out of Billy. You know why he on a 9 to 5 bringing home the bacon. She inviting Tyrone with his BBC. And it's brutal. It's fucking brutal, man. Life is brutal. But yeah, enough of that though. But yeah, man, I understand y'all have a right to be transparent. And like I say, I ain't judging none of these guys that make these videos feeling like y'all losers, man. Y'all ain't a loser. First of all, you ain't a loser because you know why? And it's the honest truth. I'm being real. You brave. You a warrior. Cause it take guts to come on this platform and show your face. All y'all men that showing y'all face, making these videos, feeling like y'all losing, y'all braver than me. Look at me, I ain't showing my face. Y'all see this hourglass. Even though I could flip this camera and y'all could see my face. So y'all got a leg up on me. So why y'all calling yourself a loser? I'm being real. This is no bullshit. This is real talk. This is no bullshit. You ain't getting no bullshit from me. This is real talk over here. Y'all already winning. Cause it take balls, it take guts, gall, whatever you want to call it, cojones, you know, courage, testicular fortitude, bravery, to come on this platform, show your face, and be transparent and vent to the world. And you know, you might get some buffoons in your comment section, might want to mock you. To hell with them, because they faceless. They faceless NPCs. They don't got the bravery that you have. They wish they could have the nutsack that you had. Pause. They wish they could have the balls and the cojones to come on here and express themselves. They just gonna be some faceless trolls. Gonna come in your comment section and blah, 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 blah. Man, you gotta ignore them. Just block they monkey asses. Block they monkey ass. But like I say, all y'all guys that's coming on, no matter what age, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on, coming on this platform, showing y'all face, and y'all feeling like y'all losing. I don't see a loser. I see a warrior. I see a somebody that's trying to persevere, you know, that's at least trying, man. I don't see a loser. I see a warrior, because it take courage to do what y'all doing. Showing y'all face in front of all these people, especially if you get a lot of views. You know, especially if you're getting a lot of views. You know. And I'ma just, you know, be real about this, you know, for the guys that's calling y'all self losers. Y'all really don't have much. Y'all really already got a foot in the door. All y'all gotta do is work on y'all skin routine, your hygiene. You know, you don't have to go to the gym. Get yourself a set of dumbbells, do some push-ups, sit-ups, walk, you know, drink a lot of water, you know. You know, a lot of y'all got it, especially if y'all in y'all 20s, man, because let me tell y'all something. Y'all guys in y'all 20s, man, y'all testosterone is at the highest level. Your metabolism, if you got a good metabolism and you could keep a lean figure, you know, all you gotta do is just get toned. You don't have to get all bulky, man. Don't take no supplements and all these juice and all that make y'all look all bulky like these bodybuilders. Y'all don't need that shit. All y'all need to do is get lean, get an athletic build, you know. It's just advice to the young guys and older guys, you know. But I'm just, you know, I'd rather give, you know, I'd rather spit game to the young guys, you know, that's in the 20s that's feel like they losers. A lot of y'all really got a decent shape. Y'all just gotta tone up. Y'all might be, you know, skinny and lanky. Y'all just gotta tone up. Get y'all some dumbbell, like maybe 10. Start off with 10 pounds, 15 pounds, then 20 pounds. You don't have to lift heavy. Don't fall for the troll. Oh, you gotta bench press this. No, man. Just get you something that you go. Even if you do some curls, man, what you do, start off with the bar. Just start lifting the bar. Don't even put no weights on the bar. Just start lifting with the bar till your body get used to it. Then you add weights. You know, get lean and tone. But yeah, get you some beard products. You know, you could get you some soap. You know, if you want to get some of the natural stuff like the Duke Cannon soap for brothers, you could get, you know, Duke Cannon soap is some good soap for all men. You know, you get you the Shea Moisture soap. You know, the men's soap like the Dove. You know, if you want to get the mainstream soap, you know, because Duke Cannon, like the handcrafted soap, they expensive. Like Dr. Squatch, they good soaps, but they expensive and they go out fast. You know, a lot of these big handcrafted soaps, you know, get your some wipes, you know. You even get you some Manscaped products, you know. That's why they, you know, I'm just giving you pointers and stuff, you know. You don't have, because, you know, like the word said, as a man thinketh, man. Stop calling yourself loser, man. You're a winner. So all these guys, I don't care what race they is, nationality, faith, all these men that's making these videos, calling themselves losers and expressing and being transparent, y'all winners to me. This is real talk. Y'all winners, because y'all showing y'all face. I'm not even showing my face. Y'all just see this hourglass and this wall. But a lot of y'all showing y'all face. Whether y'all in y'all cars, outside on y'all backyard patio, whatever, in a parking lot, man, y'all already winning, because y'all came on this platform, express yourself, being transparent. Y'all already winning. Y'all just gotta work on other things, you know, about yourselves. You know, that's all. But yeah, but to y'all, it's sad, you know, y'all guys in y'all 20s, man, y'all not losers. Y'all got y'all whole life ahead of y'all. And it's sad to see you got men, these young guys, like most of them, they Gen Z and young millennials, because I'm a millennial. I'll be considered to be like a older millennial, 41 years old. I guess I'll be like an older millennial or old millennial. But a lot of these young Gen Z guys, man, they talking about checking out. They 25, 23 talking about checking out. Don't do that, man. Y'all still young. Like I said, you know how many of us guys in our 40s wish we could be 20 again? You know how many guys in their 50s wish they could be 20 again? Having full testosterone, having a strong metabolism. Because let me tell y'all young guys something, man. Once you get past 35, man, that testosterone level start going down. You know, and I'm gonna be real, man. You gotta be conservative with your nuts. You can't be busting a lot of nuts, especially when you get 40. You can still bust nuts with if you married now. If you married, you know, you do your husband and do it to your wife. But I'm just speaking for men that's, you know, you can't just be out there slaying snatch, man, because the more nuts you bust when you get older, man, you're gonna get tired, you're gonna get drained. And that's the importance of semen retention, you know. I'm just keeping it real. But like you see, when you're in your 20s, man, you could bust nuts like you a goddamn goat. Because you're young, you know you're full of energy. But once you get in your 30s, gotta slow it down, young buck. Gotta slow it down and get on your purpose. But yeah, you know how many of us guys in our 40s, 50s, and 60s wish we could be in our 20s? You know, I think a lot of us that's in our 40s and 50s and older, if we was in our 20s, we probably will try to do things differently. I know I would. I'll probably do things way more differently if I was in my 20s again. But yeah, y'all gotta stop saying that, young guys, calling yourself losers. Y'all acting like y'all having a midlife crisis. It's laughable to see somebody in their 20s, whether it's a young man or woman in their 20s, saying they're having a midlife crisis. That's laughable, man, because y'all still young. What the hell? Y'all still young. Y'all still young. Midlife crisis, that's laughable. Most people having midlife crisis, they like in their 40s and 50s, you know. That's a conversation for people in their 40s and 50s. I'm just keeping it a buck. You know, most people having midlife crisis, they probably having a divorce. They probably battling a terminal illness. You know, they probably dealing with the grief of a death of a loved one. You know, I'm just saying. To hear somebody in their 20s, man, talking about they having a life crisis, or what they call it, a quarter life. For younger people, they call it a quarter life crisis. It's laughable. You know, man, because y'all young, y'all in the prime of y'all youth. You know, y'all in the prime of y'all youth. Like I say, young guys, you know, build up your energy. You know what I mean by energy. Stop watching the field. It's hard, it's difficult, because all men struggle. I ain't gonna lie. That lust. As a man, we gonna battle that till we transition. It is what it is. And even for the guys that do get married, it's not gonna go away. You still gonna have to battle it. You know, the guys that get married, you know, you still gonna have to battle with it. Because there's a lot of men watching that filth. They watching corn, you know, because their wife ain't giving them none. And that's sad, man. That's sad that a lot of men going through that too. You know, that killed, that raised the man's stress level. I mean, you see, you know, if a man getting a healthy dose of, you know what, his cortisol levels go down, he be more motivated. Let's keep it real. I think a lot of men are depressed and angry and not motivated because they ain't busting enough nuts. They ain't getting enough snatch, you know. You know, it is what it is. It's because that's in our nature. That even scientists and studies prove, they say the two strongest desires of the human body is sex and food. Hunger and sex. That's the two strongest desires in this flesh. And sadly, we live in a time, a lot of men, they having less and less of it. And that's the thing they don't want to discuss in mainstream open panels like in the mainstream, because society don't give a shit about men. They don't give a damn about men. They want men to suffer. They love to see men suffer. They get off on seeing men suffering. You know how many evil women, not all, but you got some evil women, when they see posters about a man unaliving himself, they celebrate it. They laugh. I mean, they be cackling like a den of witches. But let a group of men come on this platform and celebrate a woman unaliving themselves. Them men gonna lose their job. They gonna try to dox these men, trying to get them fired. You know, that's why I say, man, we live in a crazy ass world. But yeah, man, stop feeling like y'all losers, man. And I seen one guy, he a brother. I think he a short brother. He like a light skinned brother. He what, 5'5". Brother, you winning. I forgot his channel. I was watching some of his videos yesterday. Brother, you winning, man. You driving a car with a drop top. You got a sunroof on your car. Brother, you winning. To hell with these, you know, they have some women out there gonna give you play, you know, because there's some for everybody, you know. And what's making it bad is the dating apps, you know, with these bullshit standards there. And that's what's messing society. That's why I see that's another reason why men demoralized to social media. That has men demoralized, you know. And that's one of the reasons why I deactivated my Facebook, you know, because scientists prove if you keep scrolling on Facebook, it seems like you've seen everybody get ahead of you in life. And don't get me wrong, they going through bullshit too. But when you keep scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, and it seems like everybody getting ahead of you, man, that fuck you up mentally. It does. It does something to your mental. You can't deny that. It does something to your mental. And I think that's one of the fuels in the fire that starting these guys to come on this platform and making these videos. You know, like I said, I'm not judging none of these men because, like I said, y'all brave for taking that stance. Y'all some brave men. It don't matter if y'all white, black, Asian, Hispanic, I don't care, green, purple, I don't give a damn. Y'all some brave motherfuckers coming on this platform, showing your face and being transparent. Like I say, stop saying the word vulnerable. Shout out to Jason Wilson. You're being transparent. These men are being transparent. They feel like they losers. Like I say, I don't see losers. I see winners because y'all coming on here on a world wide web, on these YouTube streets, this big platform that is owned by Google, making these type of videos. Y'all brave for that. So why y'all calling yourself losers? Y'all brave for that, bro. Because it take courage to do that. It take courage to do what y'all doing. Real talk. It take courage. So stop saying y'all losers. Maybe because you ain't striking with the women, you ain't getting to play. No, man. There's more things to life, man. And you see, and now I'm going to speak for the so-called black community as black men. And this is the harsh truth. Black men got this problem. We value our existence on how much snatch we get. And that's not manly. You know, like in a black community, or like say if a brother ain't getting a lot of snatch, he might not getting, they look at him as a nobody, you know, as unworthy. And that's not right. That goes against his humanity, you know. Because you see, in other communities, they measure a man's worth by what he could bring, you know, his success, his performance, you know, on the job. Like I said, the world is fucked up, man, you know, because it's sad that as a man, we all judge. Our worth is determined by how much materialistic possessions we have, you know, how many women we betting and shit, how big our muscles is, you know, how fast our car is, what type of car we drive. This all superficial bullshit, however you see this shit. It's just bullshit. Because let me tell y'all something. When we was children, when we was snot-nosed children, running in the playground playing, we didn't give a damn about what our classmates had. We was children. We had fun. We was laughing and playing with the G.I. Joes. You know, little girls was playing with their Barbie dolls and shit. You know, the guys, we had our Hot Wheel cars. That's all we was thinking about. But fast forward to adulthood. Oh man, you ain't shit because you ain't driving the 2020. You ain't driving a modern car. You don't have the new iPhone. Oh, you still got the Samsung S22. Man, I got the S27, dog. I got the man, you still got the 2010 TV. Man, I got a 16K. You still like, you know, just wait. What we got 4K TVs now. Wait, you gonna have, man, I got a 16K. You still got a 4K TV. You know, all that superficial bullshit that don't mean nothing. Because you can't take none of that crap with you when you transition. You know? And the thing about it is, all this stuff we judging each other on, this materialistic shit, when God see that, he just see dust. He see dust. When he see, you know, you got people flashing money and jewelry, when he look at that vanity stuff, he see dust, you know. He see dust. But us, man, it's sad, you know. And like Chris Rock say, man ain't love unconditionally. We only love what we could bring and provide. And that's the harsh truth. We got to accept that. We got to live in reality as men. You see, as men, we forced to live in reality. We are forced to live in reality. And we just got to man up and accept it. But it's the harsh truth. We ain't going to never be loved unconditionally. Women, children, and dogs are the only beings on this earth that's going to be loved unconditionally. It is what it is. Hey, like I said, that's the way the powers that be set it up. You know, it's just an evil world, man. It's just an evil world. But yeah, y'all guys out there, man, y'all ain't no losers in my eyes. Y'all making these videos being transparent. I don't see losers. I see winners. And I'm not bullshitting, man. Stop beating yourself up, man. Y'all need to, man, you know, grab y'all nutsack, man. Look at yourself in the mirror and grab, you know, you don't have to do that, but just flex or whatever. You just stand up. No, just stand up tall in the mirror. Just look yourself in the mirror. So all these guys that's making these videos feeling like y'all like they losers, look yourself in the mirror and say, look, man, I'm a fucking winner. because I'm coming on this platform and expressing myself. Real talk. This is no bullshit. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, I'm a fucking winner. You know, even if, you know, the enemy might try to whisper that, man, say, fuck these negative thoughts, man. I'm a fucking winner, because you know why? You still got the breath of life in your nostrils, brother. You still breathing. That's all that count. And, you know, you might have people that criticize you. They may hate because you exist, man. Piss them off even more by still living. Stay breathing, man. If you have, man, because they want you to take that drastic route. They want you to do that. They want you to harm yourself. They want you, because you know why? If you take that drastic route by unaliving yourself, they gonna win. They gonna be like, I told you so. He was a loser. Man, you piss these motherfuckers off by stay breathing, by the grace of God, man. Stay breathing and work on yourself. You know, do your hobbies, man. Just take it one step at a time, man. Fuck what they think, man. You ain't no fucking loser, man. I don't care if you in your 40s. I don't even care if you in your damn 60s, man. Shit, you still alive, man. You still got the breath of life in your nostrils. You still breathing, man. Fuck what society think, man. You a man, 10 toes down, man. The Most High made you man. He created you first. He created Adam first. Remember that shit. He took one rib out of Adam and formed Eve. Yeah, Eve fell for the okadoke of the serpent, but Adam gonna be held accountable more, because he should have manned the fuck up and check Eve. He should have checked Eve and say, look, why are you talking to that damn serpent? You know you're supposed to be, I'm leading you, you're supposed to be listening to me and following the ordinance of God. You know, he didn't do that though. He should have manned up, and now we in a predicament we in now, because Adam want to see him and fall for the okadoke like Eve did. But yeah, y'all not losers in my eyes. Y'all some fucking winners, man. Like I say, look yourself in the eye and say, I don't care if y'all don't even have a job. I don't care if y'all don't have a job. I don't care if you living with your parents. You might be 5 years old living with your parents. But let me tell y'all something. There's a lot of middle-aged people moving back with their parents, because times is hard. We live in evil times. The powers that be, they don't want millennials and Gen Z to win. It's not our fault. Yeah, they want to beat on us millennials and say we spoil, we whine. They want to tell y'all Gen Zs that y'all entitled and the world owe y'all something. No, it's not that. Y'all just aware of the bullshit. Y'all aware of what's going on in the world. And y'all frustrated, and y'all got a right to be frustrated about that, because most millennials and Gen Z, y'all want the lives that our predecessors have, you know, like the Gen X and boomers, you know, and the way how things going for us millennials and Gen Z, we may not be able to be afford to retire. We might have to work till we transition, and that's some evil stuff. I'm just being real. But on a real note, man, y'all ain't no fucking losers. I don't care if y'all don't got a job. You can still get a job. You gonna find work. So y'all guys that's feeling like y'all don't have a job, y'all don't have a car. And for those that do got a job, you're living with your parents, take this as an opportunity to save up and get y'all a car. Like, save y'all like maybe a couple of thousands and put that on a down payment on a car and pay a little note. At least you'll be having wheels. And I understand, yeah, insurance is high as a mug, man. Fucking car insurance. That's a whole rant right there about the car insurance. You know, like I said, I got a slew of videos coming. But yeah, man, y'all winners in my eyes. Y'all winners. On God, man, on Yah. Y'all are winners, because it takes courage to get behind a camera, sit in y'all room, or in car, or outside, whatever y'all do these videos, to be transparent. Y'all already winning. So how the hell y'all feel like y'all losers? Y'all already winning. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. Man, y'all stay winning, man. And like I said, y'all not losers. Fuck what society thinks, because all the narratives they taught us as boys, that you got to have this by this certain age. Or if you ain't married and have a family or a house about 30, you're a loser. Man, fuck that shit, man. Who could afford a fucking house, man? Real talk. You know how high houses is these days? Shit, renting an apartment is high. You got, in some cities, you got a 1 bedroom starting at a couple of thousand, $2,000 for a damn 1 bedroom. In New York or California, you got people paying $1,000 or $2,000 for a fucking studio. So if you can't afford it, you know, times is rough. You know, fuck what society think. Oh, you gotta have this by this age, or if you don't have this by that age, you failing. Like, man, Life ain't fair already. So how do you expect everybody to have this by a certain age? You know what I mean? Life ain't fair, man. Like I say, life don't give a shit about nobody, man. Life is life is like Yajura Hammer off of Baki. The Baki, the grappling anime, for all the anime fans out there, that's life. You know, Baki's daddy, that's just how life is, like Yajura Hammer. You know, Yajura Hammer off of Baki, that's how life treat everybody. Look how Yajura be treating his own son Baki. That's life. That's a good example how life treats us, like Yajura Hammer off of the anime Baki. But all right, yo, I'm gonna cut this video short. Peace.